Hello there, and welcome back to episode 8 of Flame Drone. So, well, I don't know where we're going to end up today. The summer is almost over. That means the next caravan is very soon upon us. I do want to get into the adamantine pillar mining as quick as I can, but things are not that easy. There is no native access to sand on this fortress, and that bothers me quite a lot. But, well, we're getting there. As of recently, we have a lot of new citizens in town. We have a new fledgling marble industry that gives us all the stuff that we need to make these rooms nice and comfy. At least that's the theory. Let's see what things we can get together today. I hope that we're successfully going to fulfill the request of the mining guild. Yes, that should pretty much do the trick. As soon as they're done with that. So that's a 1-year-old baby. Dwarfs hatch with a pretty majestic beard, don't they? Alright, so that request has been satisfied. That makes me honestly quite happy. We need to keep those marble blocks coming. And speaking about keeping things coming, I see some wheelbarrows rolling. So that reminds me that I wanted to give all of these stockpiles some wheelbarrow backup. I forgot to configure it when I opened up the stockpiles, but this is really strong and important for these. So what stone did we run out of here? Orthoclase. Alright, gotcha. So this is a small-scale system, as this is no mega project fortress, but it really does work a charm. Alright, so we need to hit the orthoclase button and start mining that orthoclase. It's pretty simple, isn't it? Alright. So to get the mining down here started, I really hope that we're going to be able to get ourselves a delivery of sand into town. A few glass blocks would already serve me so well. Knowing where the hollow spots in the pillar are is of absolute importance, and therefore we need that. We need that information quite badly. Oh, and I also think that a bridge without a switch is borderline useless. So let's do some quality control here. Alright, so we're getting warnings about these areas here. And, well, let's see. Down here, there's almost no safety anymore. So there is an emerald cluster. Wait a sec. There's an emerald cluster, which means we're now sitting right next to the actual danger zone, so to speak. So what we're going to do now is we're going to establish a stockpile zone for doors. Yes, doors. I mean it, doors. We're going to require these here. So let's do this like that. And I'd say we're going to increase the total demand on doors here on the Ford. According to that, also, I need a larger stockpile zone here. So why doors? Because we can do a lot of black magic with doors. Useful things. So we're going to use the door here, like this. And I'm going to excavate a fortification into this corner. This way I can look into this mess without risking the life of my people. That's just the start of things. We do need a supply for water next, though, because without a supply for water, this entire plan will fall to a halt very quickly, simply because we can't quench the magma. Yeah, quenching magma is one of our regular tasks now. We're going to do that quite a lot, honestly. So, yeah. Let's order some engravings into the mayor's apartment as well. But I mean, at least we are already technically working on the water part. So, well, it ain't gonna be easy. That's one thing that I'm sure about. Ugh. What is easy on this fort anyways? I mean, the good part is we probably can clobber open the entrance into the ocean just by hand. I mean, water is no liquid that innately kills you when it touches you, unlike magma. So we can probably work a little bit less crazy on the safety side here. Also, we should be able to take all these gemstones here. Once we have finally water, we can also do irrigation. I mean, I do love me my challenges, you know. Alright. Look at the marble miners go. The most important thing when we're, if we're going to flood this chamber, whoa, snatchers, is that we need to, sorry, that's killing my train of thought. But to finish my sentence, we need to make sure that we can turn off the connection to the underground sea somehow, because that is quite bad. If this thing is connected to the underground sea, that is really, really bad for us. But on the same moment, I had my mind focused on the pasture here, because the pasture needs to be redrawn now. So we're going to delete everything outside and redraw it just on the inside. So huzzah, we now have ourselves a subterranean pasture. Easy. So the thieves are fighting, and I think they didn't get far. Hell yeah. So welcome to Flame Drone, you suckers. That's all I can say. We do need some more gear, though. But I'd say that was a very, very good first impression of our defense system here, gotta say. Quite the nice gobstoppers. And we didn't even have to fall back to our emergency programs. So far, so good. Alright, speaking about so far, so good, let's do ourselves a bit of a favor and see what we did there. Behind that wall, I mean. Because we're not only going to see adamantine down there, we're also going to see the finest of gemstone that a dwarf can desire. This will be a filthy rich town at the end of the day. Because usually I never go that early into adamantine mining. Heck, this fortress isn't even 10 hours old and we are already crunching into the first pillar. I'm quite proud of myself at this end. The thing is, if there is anything evil behind this pillar, we can then just block the door. Henceforth, nobody will see that evil anymore, and we're, well, we're going to work around it somehow. Well, it's going to be quite a pain to get through this all, but we'll manage somehow. We'll manage somehow. And there we go, a big fat magma sea. Well, it could be worse. I mean, what's, for example, is really sad is that we now don't have any access to the green gemstone there anymore. Usually, I pipe these through through obsidian, but well, I had a lapse of concentration there. Okay, but that also means we can continue our adventure once we have access to water. Excellent. That's pretty good news, because all we need now are buckets that we can toss onto the magma here, and we are good to go for our first adventures down here. So, nice. Maybe I'll just dig an evaporation chamber, though. We'll see about that. For now, we have visitors. Finally, the mountain home people have come, and I think when the next year strikes, I want to have a proper trade depot. I'm not quite happy with what we got there. All right, gem cutting is a staple. This is just that freaking chaos stole my freaking copper shield. It's my own fault that I don't have cording stockpiles, but ugh, it's bad enough. Anyways, I'm digressing. So let's see. There's the gem bin. That's where our wealth is stored. Let's see what kind of deal we can get out of this year. I think this place here will not have much of a pompous entrance, as most of the action is downstairs. Alright, so metal bars. We stick to iron, bronze, and steel? Yeah, I can afford steel by now. And obviously, I want to have sand and the raw glass. Can we get raw glass into blocks? I don't think so. But I want to have it in case of a moody dwarf hidden town. And that reminds me of just another thing. Oh, you guys don't have silk cloth? There we go. So this one I'll be ordering too, because I have a regular shortage on that. And your moody dwarves, they sometimes desire exactly spider silk. And if you can't afford, if you can't have it, that's a dead dwarf. Don't like that. That's why we're ordering it. Right on. So we got ourselves 4 bars each. That's a pretty good thing. We can get ourselves some logs. Wow, that's a generous deposit there. Nice. We're going to buy that entire bin of cave spider silk cloth. And let's see. Well, I can't resist more plump helmet and everything here. So we're going to be paying with some of the gemstones that we got here. The wonderful part about Flame Drone is that this place will be so swimming in wealth eventually, as we are not only digging out the most precious metal the world of Dwarf Fortress knows, we are also going to dig out the most precious of gemstones that the dwarven kind knows. So yeah, best of all worlds. We're going to give them a generous gift of the treasures that we have unearthed out of the mountain at the same time. So there is all we require together. Wonderful. So another thing is on my list of things that I want to have. We are going to make ourselves wooden shields. There we go. That's what we're going to do. Wooden shields are pretty good, as they serve the same purpose. If you have blocked something, it is blocked, no matter the material, and they even have a lower weight, making them slow down the soldier in question even less. So wooden shields, their only downside is they break faster, as far as I'm informed. So let's expand that furniture stockpile. So sadly, we'll have to wait for an entire year now until these things come into effect. It's the only thing that I'm a tad bit sad about, but well, it is what it is, isn't it? So didn't I order to engrave these? Did I only order the smoothing? Nah, I just ordered the engraving of one wall? Nah, something went wrong here. That's all I can now say. Alright, so knowing all that, we could just dig ourselves an evaporation chamber. And I think we're going to do just that. Because here, the heat markings are just readings from below. So there's no magma here, as we can't see there. This is a safe spot. If not, I hope the people here can't flee quickly enough. Alright, a Fey Mood on a one of our spinners. Let's see what the artifact will be. My plan now is a quite simple one. I just want to let the magma evaporate naturally. Because I'm just not willing to wait an entire year. And setting up our water supply is another thing that is way more complicated than just setting up a sweet, nifty little evaporation chamber for all that stuff here. So that's all we'll need. Oh no! So what are you lacking? Rock, bone, cut gem, logs, yarn cloth, cut gem, metal bars, logs. So, looks like a lack of yarn cloth? Nah, there's plenty of yarn cloth around. I think we just don't have enough bone for this fella. So that's often the most typical of things. So let's see. Over here, well, no. There is still bone on the stockpile, so that can't be either. Cut gem, maybe? Because all of the cut gem are still on the stockpile here? Could that be the problem? I think this could be very much a problem that resolves itself in a hot minute. Once the gemstones are back on their storage pile. Because all of the other items here in question are available. It's just a little bit unfortunate that this bin here is, due to its being bound to the trader. Ah, well, that's a weird one, if I ever saw one. So, let's see, can I cut some gem? No, I don't have anything. So, we're going to go for an emergency fix here. That's one of the weirdest things I've ever encountered, but I think I know what happens here. Maybe. Let's see. First up, we need a wall that contains some gemstone. That's the first thing that we require. Pretty sure we will come up with something somewhere. I mean, there's usually always something somewhere. Rescuing a moody dwarf is always a very, very important enterprise. Tell you what we're going to do, we're just going to clobber open this thing here, as this is just a tiny side chamber, and it doesn't really matter. Water here will go out and evaporate. A forest titan. Shoot. Now, that's uncool. I mean, we have a legendary fighter here among us, so probably we're gonna be good. But, yeah, this is, oof. Alright, one thing at a time. I set up the wrong blueprint for the wall. I don't want marble. I just want some ordinary granite. And I want that flippin' gemstone to be cut. Because I need to save that poor soul. There we go. Now, next step. That titan. that thing is obviously already upon us, so... Yeah... I mean, it usually is to no avail, but we're going to create a burrow here. Most of the time they don't really work. Most of the time the burrows just don't really save people, but, well... The least I can do is try. Alright. So, that's gonna be quite a nasty situation. The Titan is in combat with the Caravaneers, which are unable to take down the creature, so our merchant has died. Caravan was unable to stop the creature, but they were able to kill it, almost. So the question is, how do we now proceed with Ador, Earth Gully, the Saffron, which keeps rampaging through innocent animals? I mean, that thing is seriously injured. I am very, very inclined to do one thing. So I'll remove one fighter and I'll send my legendary fighter on top of that thing. It is a bit of a gamble, but Vabok is definitely a soldier that has the prowess to take down this thing. After a slumber, maybe. Big problem here is that this thing will... It's immune against traps. I think it just killed a first citizen of mine. It's a little bit embarrassing that my soldier is now sleeping in this time. At this time of all, you know. But whatever. The thing is almost dead, so I am quite confident that my that Vabok should be able to take it down. How long is this guy going to sleep still, though, I wonder? Diplomacy-wise, this is a catastrophe. The trader won't be coming back home because of this filthy creature. So, are you still alive, Vabok? Or did you fall into sort of a coma? No, he's still around. So, he's now on the hunt. He's now after the creature. He's also thirsty. I hope they'll meet in the battlefield now. It's quite a weird situation that we're in here right now. So now we're getting into the finale of things. So there's the battle. It was an uphill battle, literally, but just like I thought, Vabok was just easily capable of taking down the creature by himself. The Titan was never able to land a single blow on the fighter here. He did need quite a lot of blows to take down the beast, but eventually it keeled over, and thus safety came back to Flame Throne. But at what price? So we've lost the Caravan, which is really, really horrible. Oh, look at that. We have a legendary fighter available. Oh boy, oh boy. So that was quite a costly victory, if you ask me. But I can only say that there is only one thing worse than a costly victory, and that is a loss. So, well, it could have been worse, that's all I want to say. So, let's make ourselves a helm. And maybe some greaves. But these should be out of bronze. Okay. So, yeah. A couple of people are dead. That's bad. So, we obviously should get ourselves a sarcophagus going. And that lever room here should have a orderly preparation. There's a animal not pastured. But overall, well, I think I should have sent Vabok into the battle right from the get-go. I think this was a foolish choice of mine to delay that whole thing there. Well, yeah, that one is on me. But I think we will somehow recover from this. And we can now unpause the burrow. I pressed the wrong button there. Okay, so hopefully we can now just continue digging our evaporation chamber and have some good old-fashioned fun. So we also need to seal off this thing here, as it is a direct entrance into our fort. Would be not that good. Okay. Well, the fort survived a Titan attack. That is always a good sign. I think it's all to the courtesy of our legendary fighter Vabok, but well, little do I know. It's also about the sacrifice of those brave traders that just died here. And more people are arriving. Oh boy. But at least the next level of apartments is finally ready for people to move in. That is a breath of fresh air. So I really don't know how next year's caravan will move. The good thing is that the human caravan is definitely coming with sand. So that's going to make my future adventures a lot easier. And yeah. New set of apartments coming in hot. We're going to continue, I think, to set up the next level of the city right after this one. So I think this might be even already not enough, you see. If I'm unlucky. Although, I gotta say, this looks like a pretty grandiose package of bedrooms. But let's see how many are there, actually. It's 26, so we'll... according to the amount of people that we have here, that's not nearly enough. So we can just go forward and already start digging here. But I'll do that between the episodes and dig that out. So, or at least give the commands for that, so we don't have to watch that, because it's not so much of a exciting thing to watch. Anyways, my good friends, I'd say we're making brilliant progress here. So let's get that thing here. Let's get that thing done here. Oh, look at these features. Oh boy, that I am allowed to experience that. So we can now make a job a top priority. Oh, I need to do one thing here though. Flee, you fools. This is nothing to loot. Let that burrow burn. That's okay, because somebody here... Oh, I think I successfully burned a dwarf this moment. Yeah, Libash, you are toast. You see, that is the problem with what I just did. I did it in a sloppy way. Ah, well. Yeah. Did I already mention that adamantine mining is a very dangerous task? Now you know why. because I make mistakes all day long. Well, jokes aside, I didn't expect the magma to flow that quickly around the corner. I really thought that ripping out the door and fleeing was actually possible, but well, I was wrong. That's all I can say. So, the good news though is that this entire area here will evaporate, and we have here already a couple of corners where we can start harvesting that super precious gemstone. So, stay tuned, my friends, for the next episode. Feel free to leave me a comment. Feel free to drop me your thumbs up. Consider subscribing. Check out the description box where you can find playlists for all the Dwarf Fortress things that I already did. And of course, consider supporting the channel financially. I'd be very, very grateful if you did so. And the links are down there. Big, big thanks for all of you who do. And a big, big thanks for you watching this video up until the very end. Thanks for that, and I hope to see you on the next one as well. Bye bye.